Okay, hello. My name is Timmy, if you don't know who I am. I just started a leadership and career class with nursing school, and we watched a video on the lollipop moments in people's lives. And this guy shared a story where all he did was kind of hand out lollipops and he kind of changed the course of another person's life. And he asked us to share our lollipop moments. And then I felt encouraged to share my lollipop moment because I think I have a really good one. So get cozy. It's only going to be like 10 minutes probably. Okay, so about 2 years ago, I was 20. I think I had just turned 20. And I was planning on going to nursing school previously, but I didn't feel like I could go to nursing school because I didn't think I was smart enough. And I didn't think we could afford it. So I just decided to sit back and take like one course a semester and see what happens with community college. And then I went to Parkway Bible Church, which is in Pflugerville. It's a really nice church. And this lady introduces herself to me. And she's basically, churches usually have the like, pass the peace, say hi to people before you sit down. And after church, she said hi to me and she asked me my name and was asking me more things about myself. And I was like talking, and then I brought up nursing school, and turns out she was a nursing professor at a university called Concordia. And I didn't know about this university I like whatsoever. I've never heard of it, never seen it. And she told me like, yeah, you should try applying. It's really good. It's a Christian campus. And I was like, okay, I'll look into it. And then a month goes by, she sees me again, she brings it up. And I'm like, honestly, I forgot, but I will like try. I don't know if we can afford it. And she's like, I understand, but really just try, like look into it. And I'm like, okay. A couple months go by and I dated someone at the church and we broke up. I hadn't seen him in a while. Then I think it was the first time I'd seen him was like, I think about a month and a half after we had broken up. And I was really distraught. I was just heartbroken and I was kind of just sad because he like just walked past me like I didn't exist, and that was just pretty messed up. So during this time, I was volunteering for the middle school students in the morning. So I would usually be upstairs. And after I saw him before I went to volunteer, so I went to the student room and I just couldn't think and I couldn't focus. And I didn't think it was fair to the students that I couldn't think and focus. So before it was like time for small groups and for me to lead, I walked out and I was just having more of an anxiety attack. So there was a kitchen downstairs from the church, and I went downstairs and I was crying and I had my head down, my knees were up, and I was just behind the island. I was just sobbing my eyes out. Didn't think anyone was gonna walk in really. Then someone walks in and I hear them, and actually I didn't hear them walk in, but she placed her hand on me and she's praying for me. And then she tells me to go outside and take a walk, take some fresh air. And I'm like, okay. I was looking down the entire time, didn't see who it was, didn't make eye contact. I was just not even there. I walked out, there's a playground in front of the church, and it's really, really, it's just a small playground, but it's like, it was such a beautiful day. It was so sunny. And I take deep breaths, I breathe, I look around, give thanks to God and tell him to calm my heart. And I'm like, God, please calm my heart. Just help me go back and be able to focus on the girls. Then I go back. I go to the kitchen. I wanted to tell the person thank you. And turns out it was the lady. Keep in mind, I hadn't seen her in a while. And she was like, are you feeling better? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I am. Like, thank you so much. I didn't even know it was you. Like, I'm feeling so much better. Thank you. And she was like, did you apply to Concordia University? And I told her, and I was like, in all honesty, no, I did not. I just feel like we can't afford it. It's a private university. And she was like, they have prerequisites that you can take. I think there's some that's like a trial, but I don't know. I really think you should look into it. Like, financial aid can help somehow. And I honestly just saw it as a sign that this entire time, like, I hadn't seen her and she was the one to find me in such a low spot. And I was like, okay, I will try it out. I applied. I got into Concordia. I got into nursing school. I took the first prerequisites, and then it was August. And I did not know that God was working behind the scenes with all this. I did not know that he was planning out how the finances would go out, because August came along. Oh, one second. Okay. August came along and it was time to like make initial payments, and I didn't know where it was going to come from, but I knew with my gut that God was going to do something because he brought me that far and he was not going to leave me stranded. So summer payment was coming up, and again, I didn't know where it was going to come from. One day I get an email from a family that I took care of their dad. He had passed away. He was already like an elderly man, already ready to pass away. He had gone. And he was very supportive of my education, very encouraging, like just telling me to go for it. And I'm like, okay. And then I get an email from his son, and his son is telling me about how they want to pay about $20,000 towards my tuition because they knew that their dad was very supportive, and I like took really good care of him, and they really just appreciate it. And they want to help me with nursing school because they knew I needed help. And I had not heard from them in almost it was like 9 months had gone by. And I was shook because, first of all, timing. How did they know that I was about to start nursing school? They didn't know. They had no idea. Like I think it was a couple weeks before school started. And I was initially not going to live on campus, but then I was like, oh my gosh, it's just such an amazing opportunity. I've never lived on campus for a university before, and I really want to know what it's like to be a college student, like fully. And yeah, I got that payment done, and then I got to Concordia. I had a room, I had my courses scheduled out, I was registered for nursing school, and it was just the beginning of like my life. And I was so grateful for this opportunity to be able to just sit there and reminisce about everything and just how God had made a way when there seemed to be no way whatsoever. So I don't know what you are going through, what you're experiencing, but I know that if you feel a calling on your heart, I personally knew that I was called to be a nurse the second I wasn't able to help someone who was going through a hard time. Oh, the lighting is so weird right now. The second I wasn't able to help someone who was going through a hard time, like the person was not okay. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to help. And I just felt like I could have been so much more useful if I knew information about health. And I never wanted to feel that stupid when someone was going through something anymore. So somehow, some way, I knew that I wanted to know more about the health field, and God made a way. And that is how I knew my calling was to be a nurse. It's to work as a nurse. I obviously want to be a worship leader as well. That is still in the picture and still in the book, and it's gonna happen. As of this moment, my main focus is nursing school. And I give thanks to God that he made a way. And I just want to encourage you that whatever it is that God has called you to, if it is from God, he will make a way for you. There would be no question, because everything would happen as it's supposed to, and it'll produce the fruit of the Spirit. Peace, gentleness, kindness, none of these like confusion or anything would happen in it. Because if it's from God, you will not be confused. There will be clarity. And that is my lollipop moment, when a lady came up to me and I was crying and she told me about a university. Actually, it was before that, when she told me about a university, the first time I met her. And now I live in the university. Now I'm about to graduate, and I've met so many amazing people. I have such great friends, women of God friends. Like, I'm so happy to be here because it has helped me just grow in so many different ways. And I'm now living like mostly my dream life, if I'm being completely honest. I've grown so much. I've been inspired by the people here, the leaders and the faculty members. They're so loving and kind, and they encourage me every day. They motivate me. The hospitals around, I'm about to start working at one of them, and I go to Gateway Church that's right here. I try out City Reach Church as well. Like, all these amazing things are happening, and if I had not been here, it would not have. And if she had not just told me about Concordia and introduced herself to me, it would not have. So step out of your comfort zone and say hi to someone, smile at someone, because you never know when your initiative is gonna change the course of someone's life. Okay, bye. Thanks for listening.